Bitcoin!
Bitcoin!
Woo.
Bitcoin, 20K, baby, 20K. I'm so hyped. I did not expect to feel this way, guys. I did not expect to feel this hyped.
Brady, how hyped are you?
I can't even describe it. I think this must be what it feels like to be Max Keiser all the time.
I feel it in my plums.
Oh man.
Woo!
Welcome to everyone who's joining us. Welcome to all the Orange Pill folks who made their way over here for the Orange Pill after party over here at Swan Lounge. We are here with the legend, Mr. Max Keiser. Next to him is Gigi. He's dressed very appropriately today as a moon with some John Lennon sunglasses. We've got Mr. Brandon Quidham. We've got none other than the, well, I was going to say he's like the biggest stacker we have, but Max is really the biggest stacker we have. So the second biggest stacker, American Hodl, and of course, Citizen Bitcoin. Brady, gentlemen, and we're going to have some more guests coming in soon, but oh man, what a way to wake up, huh?
I saw it happen. I was watching CNBC. I looked up at my little ticker thing I keep the price up at the top of my screen. I saw it happen. They called it a couple minutes later. Oh my God. So stoked. I skipped the coffee this morning.
Oh wait, that doesn't work. Hold on a second. That's we're blocking too many people with that. There we go. Much better.
Only Brandon now.
Yeah, he's cool. He can do it. Oh, Brady, when did it happen? I missed it. I think I was asleep.
It was about 7:30ish CT this morning, 5:30 PT. Yeah,
that's right.
I like it.
I felt it.
You felt it?
I felt it.
I felt it too, Max. I woke up early.
Yeah, I just felt it. I felt the world have a collective nervous breakdown. The vibe is in the air. People are running scared. Bankers know the jig is up, and they're got to make life choices.
Dude, there was some crazy like synchronicity happening in the universe because I went through the coffee bean drive-through, got my normal black coffee, and the girl saw my hat and was like, "Hey, that's like a Bitcoin thing, right?" And she was like kind of hitting on me because I'm driving a nice car and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, it is."
Well, first of all,
Bitcoin, nothing sexier. Everyone's gonna get laid now. That
we're all getting girlfriends now, guys.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you invited her over for an early morning champagne?
No, I don't think my wife would have approved of that.
But you had champagne, right? I saw something on Twitter.
I drank about a half a bottle of champagne this morning, so I'm feeling good. And
hells yeah.
Champagne plus
show
black coffee.
Show off that sweater. Somebody in the chat likes it. I want everyone to see it.
Oh yeah, everyone's getting hilariously rich.
This is what
you're not.
That's not
what you wear.
It's a beautiful sweater, right?
That's what you wear when you get hilariously rich. You know what I mean?
That's gorgeous.
Hilariously rich. You're getting your coffee at the coffee bean, and you're hilariously rich.
Yeah, I'm not waiting in the Starbucks drive-through, bro. There's like 15 Range Rovers I got to wait behind. Fuck that. Yeah.
No.
Coffee bean for the win.
Oh God, I hate coffee bean. Real Bitcoiners make their own coffee and stack more sats.
I just rip one of those coffee pods open and down the grind. I don't bother putting it in the machine.
I believe it. I believe it.
I got to stack sats. I just rip it open, down it, and I'm stacking sats on Swan. I can't stop stacking sats on Swan. I got a fever. I got to stack my sats on Swan. I just rip it open, down those beans, and I'm off and running and stacking sats.
Damn it, Max. I might have to smash buy right now. Hold on.
Smash buy right now at / Max.
Smash
yeah, all right. Dude, smash. I'm finally a Swan customer, man. For the longest time, I felt like a fraud going on the Swan chats, and now I'm auto stacking. You know, here's the thing. I'm a total pussy during the bull market. Like, I'm like, oh, where the price is expensive. I don't want to buy expensive Bitcoin. But now that I'm auto stacking, just totally, I can be a bitch, but I'm still stacking corn. So it works for me, you know?
It defeats the inner bitch.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to smash buy right now. Buy. buy $100 worth of sats. This is probably the most expensive sats I've ever bought, but you know what? They're going to be cheap one day, so I do not care. Let's see if this works.
I got my own special.
Now,
I love how Max was talking on Orange Pill that he and Stacy were raising their cost basis from $7 to $8 by buying today.
That was amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
The flex, the cost basis flex.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good.
And I tried to figure out how many Satoshis I have, but my calculator doesn't go that far. I literally get an error message.
Turn it sideways, Max.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
like
you do it.
E, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't handle those numbers. But this is my special brew. So I cold brew for 3 days.
Should I do it?
And then I put instant espresso in there on top of it. And that's my special mix. That's my special recipe for stacking sats.
That's a performance enhancing drug for you. You know,
It gets me going, when I need to see the clarity and the vector that is Bitcoin pointing to the Satoshi land that we're all heading to. I can see it with clarity when I get my special drink.
I had some.
Max, take me to the promised land. Take me there.
I got some friends into stacking, right? And I was hitting them up all excited about 20K, and they were like, bro, wake me at 100K. And I was like, no, you little pieces of shit who didn't go through any pain. You don't get it. This is total and complete vindication, okay? I feel super fucking vindicated. And once you get to 20, 100 that's guaranteed. It's locked in.
I believe you're right. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Boom,
I think so.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I
mean, it
think
gets
so too.
easier. Here's the thing about it is that the risk of buying Bitcoin gets less and less the higher it goes.
Exactly.
If you're thinking about an institutional buyer, a big fund, a hedge fund, a big corporation, a sovereign wealth fund, the fact that it's getting close to 400 billion market cap makes it easier for them to get involved. The fact that you've got their brethren are involved, their other sovereign wealth funds and the other corporations are all buying it, that makes it easier to get into it. So the risk is actually going down. Bitcoin at 20,000 is less risky than Bitcoin at $2 or $200. Certainly. And 2017, we had the block size wars and SegWit and all these things were going on. That's what Michael Saylor says, that post SegWit, post block size wars, when he he realized that this was safe, ready for prime time. And now it's even more so because you got a huge buyers on the bid. This is the big long. You remember the big short from 2018, going short mortgage securities and subprime, and they made a movie about it, and they shorted it, and they made billions. This is the big long. This is the speculative attack. They're all going to kill the dollar. They're going to kill the central banks and by going long Bitcoin. So you put $100 trillion of buying power into something that's worth 400 billion, the price has got to go a lot freaking higher.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are also not selling, why would you sell your Bitcoin? So that's what's different. So what I would say is that the moon is already in our backyard. Like a lot of people haven't realized that yet, but I think we're almost there already. Like you can touch it, you can smell it, you can taste it. It's happening.
And last time you were pretty sure when we were in 2017, like things got real crazy. They didn't make sense. It was real weird. The primary emotions we were feeling were like disgust, watching all the ICO, shitcoinery stuff that was going on. And so you felt like the party was going to come to an end. This time, with all the institutions and how strong their hands are and how small their allocations are, there is no guarantee that the party comes to an end anytime soon.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's a big difference between 2017 also that the world actually needs Bitcoin now. And so these massive pools of capital, they saw 2017, it's time to reevaluate. What am I going to do with my money? And we're seeing the least aggressive, the most conservative investors dipping their toes in now. Like if you're an insurance company, you need to maintain your 6, 7, 8% returns, or you can't run your own business. And so if you're staring at 17 trillion in negative yielding debt, what are you going to do?
Yeah, plus the exchanges back in 2017 were not robust, really. And a lot of the volume was bogus. And so now we do have a lot more robust exchanges. We have world-class exchanges. You've got the CME. You've got these folks involved. So the confidence people would have in accumulating big positions is there because the infrastructure is there.
Plus, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that Coinbase took the 3 years and really buckled down on fundamentals and fixed their plumbing.
One of the first things I tweeted after the 20K was, "Is Coinbase down yet?"
And then it went down shortly
20 minutes later.
We've got
I don't seem to have that problem with Swan.
Yeah, no problem with Swan.
No problem with Swan. So we've got some bullish headlines to talk about. We got one from Mr. Corey Clipson here. One River Digital, backed by Brevin Howard, announced that it quietly accumulated more than $600 million of BTC under 16K. Man, what's with these companies accumulating Bitcoin quietly? It's like they're trying to keep the price low.
I'm telling you.
Huh?
I'm telling you, this is happening. It is happening, and I think we're all going to be absolutely shocked, except for Max next year. Yesterday, we talked with Bitcoin Tina, and we actually made him more bullish. He's like, if what you guys are talking about plays out, we're talking $500,000 to $1 million Bitcoin next year, and then $10 million in 2022, and $20 or $30 million in 2023. And it was just literally blowing his mind. He just wasn't even ready to accept that kind of like. But I mean, look, we don't understand exponentials. Our brains do not get it, right? And so it will literally blow our minds because we are not equipped to not have our minds blown when hyper Bitcoinization happens. And I think we pulled it forward, man.
It's weird, man, because as somebody who's been buying since the price was, in the low $100 range, and Max, way before that, seeing institutions like this brag about getting in under 16K, it's crazy to me. I'll never get used to it,
But that's the thing, like 20K, like in 10 years or 5 years, buying at 20K is going to look like a genius move.
You're going to brag about that to your friends. You'd be like, I was in at 22K, bro. They're going to be bragging about getting in at 90K.
Yeah.
You'd be like, dude, I was in before it was 100. I was in before it was 6 figures.
Oh, Labra Hodl is already bored. You're bored of 20? I'm not bored yet. I think I'll be bored by this afternoon. But
no, we're going to switch over to Satoshis at some point, right? So it'll be
we have to
when Satoshis get to a penny. So I think that would be 5x from here. Then Satoshis are at a penny, and I think that makes sense. As far as all these institutions quietly accumulating Bitcoin, there is a thing called the quiet period, and I think that MicroStrategy has that right now. So they could be acquiring their position, but they can't really talk about it because that would be violating SEC rules in terms of what constitutes a quiet period. And then when they're done, they will come out and they'll say, okay, we're done with it. But until that happens, they really can't talk about it.
I wonder if we'll see Michael Saylor get in some trouble with the SEC, a la Elon Musk. I would love to see that, something like that play out this cycle.
Maybe. I mean,
funding secured. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he's been the CEO over there for a long time, more than 20 years, and he's very sensitive to what the guardrails are for.
That's true.
Correct.
And he had a dust up with them in the past too.
Yeah, and he had that previous dust up, so he's learned his lesson. And I think really he's trying to buck for #1 net worth in the world. He's going to take on Jeff Bezos. So Bitcoin is the only way he can do that. And so we're going to, within a couple of years, it'll be duking it out at the 200 to 300 billion mark between Michael Saylor and Jeff Bezos.
You know what I think, Max? I think he's actually gunning for Elon, because if you think about who he is, he's a rocket scientist from MIT. So it's like you look at Elon sending fucking men to the moon, leaving a lasting legacy and shit like that,
Yeah.
You want to be on that train for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably true. Yep, I agree.
What do we think about the SEC looking at MicroStrategy and other companies putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet and saying, hey, there's obviously a demand to access Bitcoin. People are treating this like a Bitcoin vehicle. And wouldn't that make them want to push a ETF sooner so that they can push that demand there versus having all these like pseudo ETF public equities?
Yeah, I think so. I think that pushes the SEC to get a proper ETF on the market. And that's the way this whole game theory works and the whole industry works. The SEC tends to respond to demand and public pressure in a big way. And so that's coming. And they've been slow at the switch, and all the cyber hornets, as Saylor would call them, have had a chance for several years now to front run the major institutions. I talk about going through the looking glass. I don't think that's ever happened before in history, where the big money is the last money.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wonder when Jeff Bezos and other people like him will jump on the train as well. I think it's still too early, but you never know. Like,
Yeah.
some of those people are quite smart as well, and I'm still surprised how quickly Michael Saylor got up to speed. You know, like according to him, it took him only like 3 to 4 months or so of reading Bitcoin material, and then he truly got it. So yeah, I think everything can also happen quicker than many of even the most bullish Bitcoiners expect. But yeah, we will see. I think it's still a game of magnitudes. You know, like we're 20K now. Next step will be 200K. Next step after that will be 2 million, and so on and so forth. And that's how it's going to play out. And once the US dollar doesn't buy you anything anymore, we're done.
Ladies and gents, Bitcoiners, pre-coiners, shitcoiners, welcome to CK Snarks. He's got this amazing setup. He looks like he's going to do some crooning for us. How you doing, CK?
Doing good, guys. How y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
We're pretty bullish, actually. How about you? You know, it's one of those days, I think.
It's just one of those days, man. Bitcoin 21,000 very, very soon.
We're bored with 20K.
Yeah, I'm already bored. I said I wasn't bored, but I'm bored now. What's from
35K? Wake me up at 35K. 1,000 sats per dollar.
Well,
we're at what, 4,800?
Let's talk about sat cent parity. When's that going to happen? I love this little chart. Is this Matt's website, Matt Odell?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
He posted it today anyway.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, isn't it? It's great. Great graphic. Yeah. Great message. Fantastic.
Which site is this?
Satcentparity.com.
It's right next to you. Just look to your left.
I think
okay, let's go.
0.2% of a penny now, roughly.
$1 is 48. Oh, we're below 5, right? 4,844 sats. 1 cent is 48.44 sats. Oh man, when we get to cent sat parity, that's going to be.
So wait, what's the Bitcoin price at that point?
100K, right?
Is it?
No, 100K is 1,000 sats per.
Oh,
a million, I think.
Million is cent sat parity.
I've had some whiskey. Don't ask me to do math right now.
Yeah, that's only one step. From 100K to a million, it's only one step.
When's the question is when sat dollar parity? That's what I want to know.
That's
when
the USD is collapsing. That's
exactly
yeah,
right.
Coming too.
Sat dollar
That's
parity.
coming.
Dollar looks pretty weak. Dollar chart looks weak. You know, the emerging markets, you know, it's in the background kind of creeping up is the commodity index. The commodities, you know, they've been out of favor for a number of years. Looks like they're coming back. So you could have a big commodity bull run. Emerging markets, they've been out of favor. They could come back. Dollar gets really weak. And you have emerging markets and Bitcoin start to move higher. And then the emerging markets and Bitcoin story will merge, right? Because some of these countries are going to start adopting Bitcoin as strategic reserves. And so it all becomes very anti-dollar, anti-US dollar.
There's that great clip of Preston Pitch saying, you know, it's going to be worth 10 trillion or whatever. And Pierre goes, yeah, per Bitcoin.
Yeah,
and
that's so amazing.
On a long enough timeline, Pierre is right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was maybe like one of the all-time just like cold Insta responses.
Good. So good.
Just deadpans.
If you think you have a new meme, Pierre and Bitstein did it back in 2014. Yeah.
They don't meme that often anymore, but they are the meme masters.
It's hard to find new memes, bro. They already did them all.
Hey, to all our guests at home, do us a favor, smash that like button and hit subscribe. It helps us out. It helps.
Smash it.
We're here to spread the good word about Bitcoin, and we can't do that without you. So please smash that like button. And
smash buy too while you're at it.
Yeah,
exactly.
buy some Bitcoin, you fuckers.
You're not a real Bitcoin unless you're buying the top. You gotta
of course.
No fear, just fucking buy this.
Buy the top every day, you know.
Whatever. Buy the all-time high. I spoke at a place. Buy the all-time high. I'm sorry.
As long as there's still
no
fiat money left, as long as there's still fiat money left, sats are very, very cheap. You know, like you can basically exchange toilet paper for satoshis. There will be a time where it's not that easy. So just keep that in mind.
Virtual toilet paper.
Smash like, smash buy. We have smash buys on Swan now. You all wanted it. You needed it. We heard you. Auto stacking is the way to go. Get your plan up and running. Okay, if you can't resist, we understand. You can't all be as zen as Gigi when it comes to auto stacking or Friar Haas.
Hey,
You might want to top up, smash by.
Did
Sorry,
you guys
go
see
ahead.
that tweet from Amy Castor, who was talking about Bitcoin being a big Ponzi scheme, and she said the price is going up because whales are selling onto the market. It's like,
What?
no, that doesn't make any fucking
Whales are
sense.
selling?
I don't mean no sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And then she was like, yeah, it's just a big Ponzi scheme. And then when you read her bio, it's like independent Bitcoin blockchain researcher.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, dude. It's
She's-
such a clown show.
Bitcoin perma noob.
Share.
Bitcoin
When-
perma noob.
When's the last time you heard any good Bitcoin FUD? I haven't heard any in like 4 years.
Dude, they got nothing.
It's all the
I
same.
know.
It's all the same. Yeah.
Wait, let's
So check.
let's share some memes real quick. There's one meme I got to share based off what you were just saying. It's one of my favorites.
Also, she thinks we're an army of sock. The fact that I'm getting attacked by an army of sock puppets for calling Bitcoin out as a Ponzi should tell you everything you need to know. It's like, no, we're all real people. We're just real crazy. So
Yeah.
don't talk shit about Bitcoin. We'll swarm
In
your
a
mentions.
sense, we are all sock puppets because Bitcoin bought us all. You know. And
That's true. Yeah, it's pulling my puppet strings for sure.
Can anybody do a Ron Burgundy impression?
Max has an action figure.
Oh hell yeah!
What? I did not know Max had an action figure.
What?
That's
Max, how can I get
good.
one of those?
It'll cost you a Bitcoin.
Someone in the chat asked. What we are all drinking. So I got a Satoshi gin. I think celebrations are in order. Not sure if you can see it because my setup is really bright, but it's
Yeah, we can see it
original
somewhat.
Satoshi
Yeah, I can
gin.
see it.
We can see.
Yeah, it has a rocket on it and the moon and everything. So it's
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna-
amazing.
I have water. I'm gonna have to upgrade.
Yeah, you know, like
Working on copy.
it's cheating on my side since in Europe it's evening and I'm allowed to drink. You know, like it's.
I mean, it's past noon here. I can have a lunch beer.
I had a little champagne at 6 a.m. and it's fucking up my whole day already.
Doses and
Worth
mimosas.
Worth it. Glorious video on Twitter. It was absolutely worth it.
You guys know that app where you essentially, when you take a shit at work, you time it, and then you put in your salary, and it says how much money you cost your employer when you take a shit. Think about today and all the millions of Bitcoiners doing what we're doing on their employer's dime. Think of how much fiat GDP being burned today as we just dance on the graves.
That's a lot of shit.
So
It's a lot of
amazing.
shit.
So amazing. And I do post while I'm on the shitter often. So
Yeah, that's
there
why
you
it's called
go.
shit posting. Like 99% of my tweets are on the shitter. That's just when it says sent from Android, then you know.
Unfortunately, the world doesn't get to see my best tweets because I come up with them when I'm in the shower and I can't. My phone isn't waterproof yet. But
Oh
one day,
shit.
the rest.
You gotta get a little pop socket holder right in your shower.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Keep
Get
a
a
towel
shower
right
phone.
there.
No,
Dry off your
please.
hands. Read Twitter. What I want for Christmas the last 2 years has been
Bitcoin.
a bot that reads my Twitter feed to me in Guy Swan's voice. So please, somebody out there, please make that happen.
Amazing.
Then I don't have to bring Twitter in the shower with me. I can just turn it on my screen.
Million Satoshi idea right there. Like,
So if you've got any coders out there, and I know we've got one right here, GG, there's an open source deep fake voice thing on GitHub. And I think you only need a little bit of someone's voice to train it. So GG.
There you go.
Work, man. Guy's tired of reading. You know?
I'll jump on it.
I recently noticed that everyone in the world is scared shitless except for Bitcoiners right now, and the rest of the world is figuring it out. Like, it's actually palpable that I think to myself, like, if I didn't have Bitcoin right now, like, I'd be shitting my pants. And that's actually the reality. Everyone's shitting their pants. Everyone's mental model for the world is shook except for Bitcoiners. And it's pretty awesome to see people starting to align with us.
Dude, when I've been getting drinks with people on the rare, occasions I've done that this year, there's just this like low level depression in everybody I know in real life, and it's I don't have that. I'm like, yo, we're crushing it right now, dude. Like,
Yeah, man.
Bitcoin is like it's one of the few things that gives me hope in the world, and it's really an amazing thing. And I think that's one of the benefits that we can try to help, spread around, is not just the financial gain or the preservation of your wealth in the face of inflation, but hope. Bitcoin is hope.
Yeah, that's like kind of what we're trying to do with this Orange Pill podcast, is like take it to that another level. It's like there's a whole level beyond the red pill. We all been red pilled. Now it's the orange pill. So kind of get into that more and talk about it in those terms. And the response has been really good.
I talk about it a lot. Hodling is self-care. Honestly, hodling starts with loving yourself, because you have to care about future you in order to gift future you the gift of being super hilariously rich. But seriously, it's really hard when a population has been this demoralized by fiat currency and, all the cultural downstream effects that came from that people just feel it's just bleak. It's despair. It feels like we're living in some sort of dystopian sci-fi movie, except for when I fucking go to the Bitcoin conferences, hang out with Bitcoiners, and then everybody's just laughing and drinking and having a fucking awesome time. And
scared.
You got to get your friends and neighbors to care about themselves, like shake themselves out of fucking apathy and fucking stack some sats, man. That's where it starts. Like,
yeah, I think there are two ways to do that. You can show a lot of empathy, or you can you can do it like Max and get the "I told you so" T-shirt and just be in their faces about it.
I think you got to just throw the kitchen sink at it. Just take every fucking approach. You know what I mean?
It's like, remember that film that came out a long time ago, Scared Straight, where they take the kids into the prison and they show them what prison's really like. They're scared straight. They just got to take people, grab them by the lapel, and just show them this fiat money and rip it up in their face. It's like, this is shit and garbage, like just to humiliate them, and to the point where they are jelly. And it's like, and now you're ready to buy some sats.
That is a Swan marketing commercial right there, where Max goes into a hedge fund and just fucking does that to bankers.
I wanted to make a remake of Death Wish and call it Get Wish. And it's like the character of Charles Bronson and around, you're just shooting bankers, and give them one last chance to buy sats. And if they don't do it, just blow them away. It's called Debt Wish. Right. And I'm just cruising around and doing this, and a vigilante. I'm a vigilante looking for them evil bankers and banksters. And I tried to get Abel Ferrara to direct this, because I met him a few years ago. He was making a movie, and he made, of course, The Bad Lieutenant, which is a Harvey Keitel film, which is brilliant. And I pitched him on that idea of Debt Wish. And he said, if I could find the financing, he would do it. So I was trying to raise like $5 million for this thing. Max, and then he got carried away on some other project.
Max, yeah. I've got an easier idea, something that I think everyone will love, and I think it needs to happen. Gigi, maybe you can code this. We need a whack-a-mole game, and it's Max swinging the hammer and Jamie Dimon's head popping up in each of the things. Can we get that? Can somebody make that? Somebody watching us who's a designer or a game developer, please make a Max Keiser whack-a-mole.
Oh, dude.
Smash the like button. What are you doing? Come on, smash.
Can we talk about Jamie Dimon for a second? Has he been secretly accumulating for the last 5 years? Because JP Morgan is irrationally bullish, and Dimon has been fudding it since 2015. So they got to have a secret giant bag, right?
Unless everybody at JP Morgan hates Jamie Dimon. And they're putting out all these recommendations because they know he doesn't have any Bitcoin, and they hate him so much because he's such a narcissistic toad. They're like, let's keep another recommendation out there. It's called 300,000. We'll watch Jamie squirm, and Jamie's in the background going, "Oh my god, I can't believe I missed this whole thing. Max was right. What the fuck am I doing with my life?"
Unfortunately, I have an inside person very high up at Chase, and they've been talking Bitcoin to their high up clients since 2017. So before I got into Bitcoin, Chase has been talking to the right clients about Bitcoin. Y'all, I got to bounce just doing Bitcoin magazine shit. So got to get back to the grindstone, but thank you for having me on. Love fucking 20K Bitcoin. I'm going to love 35K and 100K Bitcoin even more. So I'll catch you guys there.
All right. Thanks, CK.
Peace out, bud.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye, CK.
He's just going to smash some sats and buy some more sats. That's all he's doing. He's just he's getting distracted by us.
Yeah, he's front running us right now.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about what you got accomplished during the bear market? Do you feel like you never have enough, but do you feel pretty good? Are you reaching the finish line exhausted? Like, fuck, man. It's like the scene at the end of the Schindler's List where he's got the pin and he's like, this could have been fucking 100 more sats. Like,
Harsh, dude, harsh.
I still have my basketball cards from middle school, so I'm not done stacking.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I definitely didn't stack as much Bitcoin as I should have. I back in the day, I was doing less of my own research and listening to the so-called experts. And Murad Mammadov was saying that we're going down to 1,700, and I was waiting, and we kept going up and kept going up. So I missed my buy at 3K and didn't stack as much as I could have. But in terms of building, I think we're doing some great stuff. I'm really proud to be a part of the Swan team, and it's been amazing to see what other companies have done in the space as well, whether it's Fold or in the gaming side of things, like Light Night and Bitcoin Bounty Hunt, and there's just so much exciting stuff going on in Bitcoin. So I think it was a great bear market for Bitcoin, and I think it was needed, and I'm just really bullish on the future. So
I think my first Swan buy was like $5,200. It was 2 weeks after we launched, 2 weeks after the March 12th, March 13th, big wick. And yeah, 5,200, probably something like that. Low 5,000, stacking all the way up. I posted earlier today, if you would have stacked $10 a day in 2017, your average price per Bitcoin would be right around $2,000. That is super shocking, right? Like, it was mostly right around $1,000 or really close to it half the year. It didn't reach all-time high, I think, until, February or March that year. Mm-hmm. So if you'd been stacking all 2017, it's even in a bull market, it works. You can get your cost basis down. So if you don't have a Swan account, sign up right now, swanbitcoin.com/max. Hook Max up.
Or /American Hodl.
Yeah.
Or /American Hodl.
Yeah, and it's also it's the best way to not take your foot off the gas. And I can just repeat what Hodl is saying all the time, like especially when the price is going up, it's very easy to take your foot off the gas, but just don't, like it's still a game of accumulation. So like calculate what you can spend pretty much, or at least that's what I did. That's why I'm also happy with my bear market performance, so to speak, and just sell all your chairs, sell all your phones. Maybe get a shower phone, a cheap one that's waterproof, but that's it. And just auto DCA and let the price do its thing. Don't even look at it. You have no reason. You have no reason to look at it. Just let the magic in the background do its thing. And that's psychologically speaking, it's the best thing I ever did.
Well, to be fair, to be open. Stacy during the bear market was the super stacker. I mean, every single week she was saying, "I got more sats. I got more sats."
Nice.
And she just played it brilliantly. Really, like she's like been stacking sats crazy all year long, and so that's the story there.
I feel pretty good, man. When we bottomed out to 3,200, my daughter was being born, my oldest daughter. And I was smashing by from the hospital room with pretty large amounts of dry powder. And now I got a cute ass little 2-year-old running around here, and the price is back to 20K. So I'm feeling good as shit,
Hell yeah.
All systems go over here at the Hodl house.
I also feel we are all just getting started, like there's so much stuff still to be done, and so like many books to be written, many things to be built, also just in Bitcoin, also on the Lightning Network. A lot of things are going on. So this rocket ship is just firing up. Like I think we got the warm up done now that we hit 20K, like we warmed up, but it's it's just moon from here. That's what it is.
Hey, GV, I'm going to do a quick announcement, but afterwards, if you could give us a quick technical update on what's new and exciting in Bitcoin for you, I'd really love that. But before we do that, For everyone watching at home, if you haven't signed up for Swan yet, we're going to do a little contest, okay? We're going to see who can get more referrals, Max or American Hodl. SwanBitcoin.com/Max versus SwanBitcoin.com/American Hodl. Your prize is stacking sats. That's all you get, but it's a pretty damn good prize in my opinion. So do yourself a favor. Sign up. Do it. Tell us who's linking.
/Max, get it, Max, get it, Max, /Max. This is Mini Max. I'm telling you right now. Don't do that Hodl guy. No way. Do it, Max. That's it.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Max, I love you, Max. I love you so much. I just want you to know that. I love you, man.
Before we were saying like there's the Bitcoin island and then everyone else is living in the shit island. Like weird. It is weird to follow up on that point that was made earlier. I mean, everyone is jubilant and positive and the future looks great. And outside of this, there is a feeling of despair. And I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. I think in 2021, it could get even more disjointed. It's very, very interesting.
I like this. There's the shitcoin sea and there's the Bitcoin island. I really liked it.
The millennial generation, there's an interesting fight going on because there's a bunch of us young, capitalists who saw what happened in 2008 and how we were going to get shafted. And we went one way, and the people who are morons and follow AOC and want to do communism, they went the other way, right? So there's a split that happened. And it seems like the people that want to do, instill socialism are intent on inheriting the ash pile, because what are you really getting? You're getting a bunch of these bombed out institutions with outdated mandates who have gone totally psychopathic, who lie and, cheat and steal. It's not a good system to inherit. Like, who the fuck would want to go work for the New York Times? You know what I mean? Like, being part of Cornhub TV is infinitely more respectable than working for the New York Times. Right? So I think there's this it's going to come to a head at some point where their worldview is going to collapse in on itself, and they're going to see like, yeah, you can do UBI and all that shit, but you're just accelerating the collapse, and you might as well just join us over here where we're building something that's going to last for 1,000 fucking years, man.
Yeah, that's so true. And I guess there is a split in the millennial generation in this way. There is that huge left wing. In the boomer generation, they're passing away, right? So I'm on the tail end of the boomers, and I don't really know many. I think we have from last night our friend who was on with me as well. Brady, who was that?
Bitcoin Tina.
Yeah, Bitcoin Tina. We're like in the boomers, and I don't know how many other boomers are into this thing. To be quite frank, and then the millennials are like split. Stacy is Gen X, so she's represents Gen X, but the millennials have this split. So how are they going to resolve this? Because also the politics seems like it's in a state of kind of messed up as well. So what's going to happen here? I ask you guys, like with the millennial generation. So you got the split going on as you talked about. What happens? What's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen now?
What I would personally advocate is for Bitcoiners to just become accelerationists. Like, go ahead, cheer on UBI and stuff, and then tell people who are receiving those checks to start stacking sats with it. You know what I mean? Because it's coming anyway. Like Wall Street got their bailout. Main Street never got their bailout. So there's a real political will to give Main Street some sort of perpetual bailout. And people, especially during this pandemic, people have gotten so used to not working and getting paid. So many people are on unemployment, just collecting checks, don't even want to go back to work because they make more sitting at home on unemployment. It's like, hey, man, take that dirty piece of shit money and put it into Bitcoin. And then we can all reunite and have a happy, prosperous fucking American century. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. Like I was for UBI, and then I studied economics, and then I was against UBI, and now I'm a Bitcoiner and I'm again for UBI. To stack sats.
I mean, the millennials have been absolutely fucked.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
You could see where that split happened because I was there during Occupy, and, we all were united, but we didn't know how to fix the problem. It was like a bunch of white blood cells clustering around an infection, but we had no idea what to do with the infection other than we needed to gather there, right? And then it split into the Ron Paul camp and the Antifa camp. Like that's exactly what happened. And only one of those camps is correct. The other camp, it's like throwing a tantrum and trying to fix it, you know.
I'd like to hear what Brandon thinks in regards to what's going to happen, because he studied the fourth turning so intently and wrote about it. I think you have a very informed opinion on it.
Yeah, definitely. So we're right in the middle of the fourth turning, which is that crisis period, and relevant to what we're talking about with millennials. They are collectivists. That's just the archetype that we are. And so if we look to history as any sort of example, what we're going to see is an increasing amount of populism, which we already have here in America and everywhere else. And they want everyone to do the same thing. They want everyone to be on the same team. And so that's going to push for UBI and whatever type of MMT handouts this thing turns into. And so when we're pitching Bitcoin to millennials, if you pitch this hyper-capitalist utopian future, it's going to go right over their head and they're going to miss it. And so for millennials, they need to hear things like, this is money owned by the people. It's for everyone. It's not for the ivory tower leaders. And so I think that's sort of an interesting thing. And we're also going to, I believe we need a massive crisis, much worse than what we have right now, before this decade's over. And I hope that's not true, but historically, every 90 years, we do have a large crisis. Previously, World War II. Prior to that was the Civil War and the American Revolution. And so we're at that point again. All signs are pointing to that. I don't think COVID's big enough. It could be a class war thing, like that's bubbling up. It could be American Civil War. I think that's sadly quite likely right now.
Quite likely?
Yeah. I think it's the most likely outcome.
Whoa, no, I think that's...
Don't you think, Brandon, wouldn't you say that we're kind of living through it, but it's just an information war? I don't know that bullets are ever going to really fly. I think everyone's too big a fucking pussy.
What about this, though? What if, like, Trump, like, I don't want to get into politics, but, like, theoretically, there are some states that could secede. Like, legally.
Definitely.
So,
that's like a divorce, like balkanization. That would be great for America. Let's do it. I'll move. I'll head to Texas. Yeah, Wyoming, Texas, wherever. Let's get
to be clear,
to the blue states.
To be clear, I don't see a North versus South, like very clearly defined repeat of the first Civil War. It would be very different than that. It would actually be in some ways similar to the American Revolution, where you had the separatists and I forgot the other name, but essentially the people who wanted to break away from the UK and the people who didn't. And only like 30% of people actually wanted to have that revolution. And so neighbor on neighbor, there was a bunch of conflict. And to Hodl's point, I think you're right. I think we're already in the middle of some sort of a cold American Civil War, which is over information, also over class. If you just look at raw data, like 30% of people think it's okay to use violence to get their political party elected. Around 25 to 30% of people are comfortable with their state seceding. And, you know, the tensions are very large, and the income inequality is still rising and going to get worse until they just rain down fiat shitcoins on us all. And so, yeah, it's bubbling up. It doesn't take that much. Like, we're already in a contested election, and some people are ready to fight over this. And if you look at simple things like California, for example, all the natural resources, especially water, are in the north. And that area is dominated by people who are already separatists. They already have their own flag. They're crazy people compared to what like the coastal elites would say. And all they have to do, 10 guys could go blow up the pipeline, bringing water to Southern California. And then what? Right? Like it can be a small amount of people with outsized returns. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope I'm wrong about this, but that's what the vectors I see trending towards.
Right. And Brandon, you know, this whole fourth turning business, and you wrote that recent piece, which is brilliant. I refer to it often. Bitcoin, I'm going to ask this question again. I asked it before. Is it kind of like a vector out of the whole cycle? Like, if there is this cycle and you're in these and they repeat themselves and we see the pattern over time, but is Bitcoin unique in that way that it could actually kind of like pop out of this cyclical, fatalistic kind of fourth turning business?
Yeah, we spoke about this on Orange Pill, which was a great episode. And my stance really hasn't changed on this. I don't think Bitcoin will stop these systemic cycles because I think it's a deeply emergent human phenomenon. However, I do think that Bitcoin is a potential force in this fourth turning that could prevent some large scale conflict, because Bitcoin does serve as a pressure release valve. And I think that's what we need right now. We talk about it as a life raft. I think these are the right analogies right now. People are starting to realize that shit's fucked up. And here's an escape route. We never had an escape route like this before. And so if Bitcoin does that, then okay, we might not have conflict. We just, shuffle people on. And in the future, we could say, maybe Bitcoin will prevent these long-term debt cycles. And if that's true, then maybe we'll have a little bit, like lower highs and higher lows, like a little bit more flat cycle instead of these epic crashes, which consolidates wealth.
All right, I'm depressed. Bitcoin gives me hope. I want to move on to something different for the meantime, because this is an important discussion. But somebody in the chat wanted to know what American Hodl Citadel is going to look like. American Hodl, what's your Citadel going to look like? Are you going to have like a Kool-Aid fountain, a champagne fountain, a hot tub filled with like gravy from KFC? Like, tell us, what are you going to do, bro?
Listen, I could give you my full Richie Rich version of what the Citadel will be.
That's what I want. I want the Richie Rich version, with the giant catapult. And God, I love that movie. Anyway.
Dude, here's the thing, man. The Citadel is America. We're taking it back. It's ours. Like, it fucking belongs to us. We're going to infect the system. We're not going to exit the system. Fuck exiting the system. We're going to infect the system. We're going to Trojan horse the system. And then we're going to take it back. So Manhattan's my Citadel. Because I said so. That's why.
I like to say that your node is your Citadel, or your mind is your Citadel. We've got the physical manifestations that everyone talks about. Oh, we're going to move to Wyoming and build a castle, blah, 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 blah. But really, like, the self-sovereignty that Bitcoin provides is the Citadel.
My thing is, like, it's hard. It would be hard for me to give you a rundown of like material things I want, because I don't fucking want anything. I have everything I want. You know what I really want? I want a fucking seat at the table when the rules of this century are written. And guess what? They've already been written in code. So now we just need to do is enforce it on other people. I'm kidding, but seriously, we're gonna do that.
we don't even need to, right? I mean, the truth of sound money is going to assert itself.
Reality.
That's the beautiful thing.
It. Yeah, but we can help people. We can help people meet reality on reality's terms. It's like that quote from The Big Short. It's like the truth is like poetry, and most people fucking hate poetry. People don't want to hear the truth, man. But
it's true. It's true.
They need to.
Don't have to hear it. They're not going to have to hear it. Most people are not going to have to hear it. I mean, we need 10 million Bitcoiners, vocal Bitcoiners in the U.S. who understand what the hell is going on. And around the world, that what is that? A few percent of Bitcoiners, of people to really carry the flag, that'll bring it to fruition. It's already happening. And then, it's just economics. It's just basic economics.
We certainly don't need to become any more intolerant. We're already intolerant enough. We just need to become less of a minority and more of a majority.
Yes. Yeah. We're good on the intolerance. The toxicity is perfect right now, guys.
I know, right? Check the template. So good.
So Pardis in the chat, by the way, just made me giggle. So I got to tell everyone what he said. He said that, where is it? I can't find it. Basically, he's going to just buy, there it is. I'm just going to buy a Medieval Times, pre-made Citadel.
By the way, the superior version of Medieval Times is called Dixie Stampede, Dolly Parton's at Dolly World. So good. The South wins the Civil War. It's a great time.
Are you kidding?
Highly recommend. Yeah. when you go to Dolly World.
The South wins the Civil War? Like, they actually get
win the Civil War. I don't know if they still do, because they might get canceled nowadays, but back when I was a kid and we went to Dolly World.
Wait, tell us about that time you got canceled when you asked Twitter to do it and they did it.
Oh yeah, I said cancel me, and Twitter was like, obliged.
Like, literally, is that what happened? I thought that was a joke.
Dude, I get canceled for all sorts of stuff. Like, today, I'm on a 12-hour ban because I told Udi Wertheimer to slap himself. And you know what? He does need to slap himself. Okay?
Come on, man.
Twitter was like, you're inciting somebody else to commit harm against themselves or something. I was like, come on. Udi, come on. If you knew Udi, you would agree with me.
Well, I agree. On Keiser report yet? Come on to the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they got 30 million viewers. Fuck Twitter.
I'm 100% down. 100%.
Right. So here's an interesting thought about Citadels. If we actually do it, that ends up happening, right? Universities universities, great
Yeah.
citadels, usually up on hills, lots of buildings, often have their own infrastructure, radio, like all. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be a lot. You could house a lot of people there. Could,
So
have
here-
Bitcoin education.
They
build
have
some museums.
research.
Yeah.
They've got research labs, infirmaries, communications
Thank
in
you.
case nuclear war.
free electricity for students so they can mine Bitcoin.
Yeah. And you can have dorms full of co-eds.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
what I'm
here's
saying.
my idea
So-
that I've always wanted to do, and somebody here is probably going to steal the idea. But all these oil companies, they go out into the ocean and they set up these giant rigs to drill oil in the middle of nowhere. I feel like they would make amazing citadels. You set up some electric generators, some solar, you mine Bitcoin, you're seasteading, you're out in international waters. You take these big old rigs off the hands of these oil companies that don't want to pay for them anymore. I don't know.
Water world, Bitcoin water world.
Basically.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I can't wait for the fully autonomous solar mining ships, out in international waters, not giving a fuck. Like, that's definitely gonna happen. Just give it a little bit of time.
The cruise ship industry is going to shit, so maybe we just load up some solar and fill those all those staterooms
Exactly.
with miners, and there you go.
Hell yeah.
Repurpose cruise ships and just have like solar panels that fold out, so it's like a small nation in size. Just mine Bitcoin. That's it.
The Sats boat. Everyone's in love on the Sats boat.
Sats boat.
Make a great TV show.
Hey, maybe it'll be a fit for the Swan Signal YouTube channel. Corey, what do you think? Let's pitch Corey on the Sats boat.
The Sats boat? The Swan ship, you mean?
The Swan ship.
The
That's a
Swan
good
ship.
one.
Jeez, come on, that was some low hanging fruit, Brady. I know it's. I know you've been drinking, but come on.
So, that's why that's why I have you here, buddy. You always clean up after my misses.
But I'm telling you, like if past performance is any indication, we're gonna meme all kinds of shit into reality. Like, I mean, we meme shitcoins into Congress. So just imagine what we can do with votes and shit.
Speaking of past performance, man, it's like in Bitcoin, because of the programmatic nature, past performance is absolutely indicative of future performance. I mean, just look at the fucking charts, how close we are, how on time we are, how on schedule we are. Like, it's crazy, dude. That every 4 years it just happens. It's just like, oh yeah, here it is again. We're doing it again. Massive bull run.
I mean, I think so many people just haven't wrapped their mind around an asset that is truly scarce. Like, they don't get it. They still don't get it.
And programmatic. Like, there's no human interventions. Like I said it before, that if humans were involved in basically triggering the halving, there would have been a bunch of people in a smoky boardroom being like, well, with coronavirus, it's not such a good year to do the halving, see? Right? But it just fucking went off because it's fucking code,
Absolutely.
Good point.
It went off because it's code. I like that.
Just look at a bunch of shitcoins where exactly that happened.
Exactly.
Like
That's what they do.
Someone steps in. No, we can't do that yet. We have to delay, and then we have to delay again, and so on and so forth. And,
We've got a good morning
Not
from
a Bitcoin.
Japan. Good morning to Japan. Sorry, I just
off,
and then
Good morning, Japan.
Good morning, Japan.
Watashi no namae wa Breki desu.
How many languages do you speak, Brecky?
I speak.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
I can do that as well.
No, I said my name is Breki in Japanese. So anyway,
Nice.
before the Rona, I was in Japan for the first time, and I really loved it. And I'm desperate to go back. So, hi Japan! Shout out to you.
Yeah.
We have 21 people watching on Periscope. I like that number, but we have 643 watching on YouTube. Only 250 likes. Come on,
What?
like that thing. Smash
What?
the like.
Smash that like
Like
button.
this video.
Smash the like
go.
button.
Like.
Pretty offensive.
Maybe we
Spread
should
this
do
thing
it,
around.
do it like Sarah McLachlan.
Oh,
commercial.
dude.
You too can help a YouTube channel if you just smash that like button. Just one smash a day.
Hey, Max, I got to ask you, did you see the tweet where Pompliano was like, I was wrong about Bitcoin. I was wrong about Bitcoin's Bart Simpson writing it over and over. And he said, tag somebody who needs to see this. And Spencer Schiff tagged Peter Schiff, his father.
It's so good.
Fucking
So
amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, that's great.
So it was the most savage, dude. I was like,
That's
young king, fist bump.
Wow. That guy is like having a bad year.
I know. Well, hey, the kids are all right. Like Spencer Schiff is stacking,
Yeah, Spencer's got what generation is Spencer? He's Gen Z or
Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z.
Spencer,
He's putting the team on his
You want to
back.
come on the show right now? Screw it. I'm going to send the kid a DM. Let's see if we get him on
Yeah,
the show.
get him on the show right now.
Dude,
There you go.
he's single-handedly securing the Schiff legacy, man, against his father's wishes. I mean, that's Chad as fuck. Come on.
It's
really
all
is.
very reversed because usually the first generation makes the money, the second
right.
generation has trouble holding on to it, and the third generation loses it. Here it's like Daddy Schiff made the money, he lost it himself, and then Spencer's gonna save it.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I've messaged him several times to come on one of our shows. And I wonder if he's got a no media appearances policy from his dad, but he needs to.
I think the old man might pull his, stop paying his credit card if he talks too reckless,
Oh man, yeah. That's why he hasn't done it yet. I mean, I'm sure everybody's hit him up at this point. He's gonna go in.
We met him.
I know your safes combination. I know your safe combination, son.
Christmas break. It was like 4 years ago. I was Stacy and I were in Connecticut, and we dropped by the Schiff house in Westport. And I was down in the basement playing pool with Peter, talking Bitcoin.
Nice.
And Spencer was there. Spencer was an aspiring magician at that point. He was doing all kinds of card tricks, and he heard me talking about Bitcoin and all that stuff. So. Maybe put a bug in his ear,
Max,
I know I like to take credit for everything that's ever happened, but maybe, I'm not trying to say that this time, but
do you think that Schiff has a secret bag? A lot of people think that. Do you think that?
No, because that would put him in another dodgy position because he's got a lot of clients over there at Europe Pacific Capital, and he can't be trading against them. He's essentially recommending to those people to stay out of it. If it came out that he was buying it and telling his clients to stay out of it, that would be a huge conflict and a huge problem. So he really can't do it because when you're a regulated,
you're driving more of a moral character to Peter Schiff than I think he has, though. I think that's well within the realm of what he's capable of.
What you're saying here, Max?
He's not going to overstep that line, really. In terms of the regulations that he's governed by. And that's why I don't think he's got the secret bag. I just don't buy it.
So what you're saying here,
Max,
what you're saying here, Max, is that his Titanic, his company, is sinking, and all his clients' money are sinking. And instead of giving his clients access to the life raft, he went and he shit all over the life rafts and poked holes in them and told his clients that they're sinking.
Yeah, the clients are underperforming incredibly because, go back 5 years. His number one pick for the clients at Europe Pacific Capital was to buy mining stocks priced in foreign securities, foreign currencies. And that was the worst possible bet you could be in, right? We know from folks that went in there and talked to clients and did some research on this that he had clients down 80, 90%, 5-6 years ago. He himself recorded a lot of YouTube videos of publicly apologizing and to beg his clients to hold the fort, don't abandon these positions. It's going to come back someday. So then on top of that, he goes into this anti-Bitcoin stance, and on a opportunity cost basis, which you have to factor into this, they've lost another 90% or 99% on an opportunity cost basis. So these clients are being treated horribly. I can't imagine he's not losing clients. So his fundamental business is, I would imagine he's losing clients. He looks like a jerk to anybody who's looked at what's going on here. And he keeps doubling down. Even his own son is like, Dad, you got to get right with Satoshi. And he just keeps going down this path.
Speaking of Peter Schiff's son, I saw an amazing meme, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, where he comes in at the very, very end. I don't know if you saw it. It was a Lord of the Rings spin-off. So I think we just need to keep doing that, and Peter Schiff's son will start a Bitcoin company or something. Another thing that's going to be memed into reality.
Let's watch.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta do a podcast, and thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to all you bright young stars. You know, I just listen and then I repeat what you said in another context, and I get all the fucking credit. So I'm loving it.
Genius.
Wait, before you go, remember, go to swanbitcoin.com/max, sign up, stack some sats automatically every day like I'm doing. Oh. Wait, Max, just leave him there. I can do your voice. It's fine.
I need my own action figure now.
Yeah, we do.
I have action figure envy.
Dude, I just if you can get yourself scanned, you can get yourself 3D printed. I 3D printed this little Yoda yesterday, and I'm pretty sure he's the reason that we went up to 20K. So you're fucking welcome, everybody. There we go.
I refuse to call him anything other than Baby Yoda. I saw you posted his real name, and I was like, I deleted it immediately from my brain. I was like, I don't even want to know that shit.
I only did that because Jan corrected me in the chat, and I was like, I know, but I don't.
Nah, it's Baby Yoda, son.
Baby Yoda, 100%. Gigi, I think we should play this little video you sent. What do you think? I think it's pretty damn good.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Let's do it. Wait a second. I gotta wait to full screen it. All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna full screen it.
And now.
Oh man,
my cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt. The having not being priced in. That was so funny, dude.
Gigi, thank you. That was some high quality image right there.
That was so good.
You're welcome. Katie, what's up?
Hi everybody, how are you guys?
Katie.
Sup. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
You too.
Congratulations.
Congrats. I wasn't sure what you were talking about for a second because I'm already bored with 20K.
For real.
Oh shit.
When 21, bro. When 21. 21's that's an important Bitcoin number, you know.
Well, I'll have to mute myself for a second. I can't get over Peter Schiff's son, so
I can't believe he tagged his dad in that tweet. I didn't know about that. That's great.
Oh my god, it's so funny, dude. That it was the most savage because all he did was tag him. He was just like at Peter Schiff. Fucking amazed. The kids I was like,
yeah, slow clap. That
so good, so good.
Gigi's the temperature in Gigi's green suit is really going up with all this laughter. Like, I'm kind of worried about.
I just had to get the tears out of my eyes. So holy fuck! So good.
Gigi has to go through in order to preserve his privacy. He's got one of those full-on green suits on right now. These are the things that we do. All right, at least the thing.
Yeah. People don't believe me, but I can show you. I can stand up, you know, like I can show you my feet.
Wait, no, Gigi,
I can show you my shoes. Can you see the shoe?
Yeah, I can see the shoe.
Yeah, I can also show you my chair. Yeah, you don't see it because I don't have a chair.
I just imagine.
Yeah.
I just imagine that Gigi has like a cat or something who's like staring at him from the corner of the room.
Sold my cat. Stuck my cat.
Wait, Gigi, go green suit. Just show us yourself in the green suit.
Oh shit! No, I'm not set up for that. You know, like if I if I disable all the OBS magic, it would blind you literally. I'll do it one day. I'll open source the setup. I still have some other things to do, but I want to show everyone how you can become invisible if you want to.
I like that you added the glasses. Now you just need some type of fake mouth.
Yeah, those are the all-time high glasses. They're orange, but the camera makes them pink. I can live with that. It's okay. Like we've been gay for so long, you know. Now we hit 20K. I can live with the glasses. Still no pink scarf for me, but it's all right.
Gigi, can you switch to the Yeezus image? That one's so funny.
Oh yeah, shit. No, Let's just say no. I can't do it easily. I'm not good with clicking and everything, you know, like with the green suit on.
I'm not good with clicking and all that.
Fingers in the green suit. It's just like he can smack. That's it.
I'll be better prepared next time. But this is like 001 beta.
You need some green gloves with some dexterity.
Yeah. There are improvements to be made. That's for sure. I also need some fans or something. Like it's getting hot.
So we've actually got a serious question from someone on Periscope from Jenith. Does the huge amount of energy needed to secure BTC mean we'll one day need an alternative coin? Who wants to take this one? I'm happy.
I want to hear Hodl talk about boiling oceans. That would be great.
Well, Jenith, basically, you know, Bitcoin miners are always in search of the cheapest power source, and this drives them to renewable sources of power. And, you know, in a lot of ways, like that energy arbitrage actually creates an abundant energy future. So it's the opposite of what you're thinking.
Exactly. It incentivizes us to be more efficient. So no, and frankly, the amount of energy that is needed to secure the network is what makes Bitcoin so strong. If you think to when we had a gold standard, for example, one of the reasons why gold was a pretty good money when we had it was that it was hard. You had to expend energy to get it out of the ground. You couldn't just print it out of nothing. You know, that's why a lot of shit coins are shit coins, because you can just spin them up out of nothing. They don't take proof of work to secure, or they have no proof of work to secure them. And so,
the dollar.
Like the dollar. Exactly.
Like the dollar.
The biggest shit coin there is.
Yeah.
So the energy is not a bug, it's a feature. And, you know, it's gotten way more efficient over time. We started with, you know, being able to mine using your CPU, and then GPUs, now ASICs. And so, you know, pair that with the fact that, you know, Bitcoin miners are going to places where, you know, they're flaring gas and they're tapping into that energy, or they're going places where, you know, there's geothermal and solar. Like the energy is not a bad thing.
Well, not only that, but, you know, if you take all the energy required for the fiat monetary standard, you know, just think about the Brinks trucks that are moving around, you know, picking up cash and delivering it here and there, all that. And not only that, but all of the knock-on effects and negative effects from this malinvestment of capital that we've had. I mean, the reason the Pacific garbage patch is the size of Texas is because of fiat currency, because we have this cheap currency that incentivizes the high velocity trash economy that we all live in, where we're buying new pieces of plastic crap all the time and they end up in the fucking ocean. So
land obsolescence, baby.
Exactly. So when you compare that to the energy that Bitcoin's using, it's very clear which one is the better system. And guess what? Humans use fucking energy, bitch. We're not going to go.
That's the point I was waiting to make.
Riding.
It's
we're not
okay.
going to go riding bicycles and shit. Yeah, we're going to use energy. We're going to space. We're going to Mars. Shut the fuck up. Like, get on board.
The advancement of civilization is dependent on increased energy availability.
It is.
And so it's good. And Bitcoin's incentivizing additional energy capacity for humanity and for civilization, and it's doing it in a way that's like renewable. It's incentivizing renewables. So it's going to move us away from fossil fuels. Bitcoin mining and the energy required, good thing. Good
It's
thing.
also like the same people that want to energy FUD you and be like, it uses so much energy, it's destroying the planet. They also don't want to talk about fission and how fission can help out how nuclear can help out so many of our shortcomings in the current system. It's like, so I have no time for these people because they're not based in reality. It's just communist propaganda, honestly, and they should shut the fuck up.
They're also anti-life, like according to them, humans are a virus, and we use up too much energy. But you know what? Like, life requires energy, and since Bitcoin is life, it requires energy too, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, these are the people who are like, oh, it's environmental terrorism to have like 6 children. Like, no.
Yeah, if you think that, just kill yourself. Problem solved.
Seriously. I mean, hey, that logically though, that's the first place you should start. Yeah.
That's basically their own argument. I'm not saying that as a suggestion,
I get it.
but
Yeah,
that's their argument put to a logical conclusion.
The planet exists to serve us. End of discussion. Burn fossil fuels.
Janet actually got back with another questions.
What was that?
Janet actually got back with another question, and I can't actually scroll it down. You probably can. But yeah, Janet, you gotta revisit first principles of why Bitcoin is valuable, and don't ask stupid questions like about coins. Like none.
There is a great article by Nick Carter, I think, The Last Word on Bitcoin's Energy Consumption. It links to other pieces as well, I think, and there has a lot of stuff being written about that already. So yeah, just look into that and try to see it through a different lens. I think the first article I wrote on Bitcoin was also on Bitcoin's energy consumption and how to shift your perspective on that. So you can look that up as well.
Yep. Addison Woodbury says, need to be patient with the uninformed. And you know what? I do agree. But there is a time and place for toxicity if people show their colors in terms of actually trolling or whatever. And I don't know if Janet was trolling. I do happen to think that most people who believe in nano are trolls because they're me forever. So we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but energy expenditure is not a bad thing.
Yeah, we were really nice. Like 15 minutes of explanation almost, an all-time high party day. That's something already.
Yeah,
like,
how come
not toxic at all?
How come I never see people?
How right we are.
How come nobody ever writes these articles about how like Xbox is wasting electricity or
Christmas lights?
Christmas lights are wasting. It's
Kardashian.
More electricity on Christmas.
Yeah, technically Christmas lights are a total waste, but we all like them, so it is what it is.
I saw a stat today that by 2025, 25% of the energy use will be for data centers. And it's roughly 1-to-1. If you watch an hour of Netflix, that's the same as leaving your car idling in your driveway for 1 hour.
Damn.
And so I think most people just have no context for assessing energy, and Bitcoin's easy because Bitcoin wears its stats on its sleeve. It wears its risk on its sleeve, and you can quantify it. And so the quagmire of fiat currency, trying to quantify all that waste, is a really hard problem. And so I actually agree we should be more sympathetic about the green one because most people don't get it. And Bitcoin is actually really counterintuitive with regards to energy. Now, if someone's trolling, yes, we should crucify them on Twitter and laugh about it. But if they're sincere, like I actually think that that's a hurdle we have to overcome for young people. I think it's probably their number one issue.
We've got some.
I agree. So this is something. Hold on one sec. This is something I think it's important. So Jenna got back and said that she wasn't trolling. I understand that. I know the feeling, right? Because 2017, I came in. I didn't understand what was going on. I was asking questions like that to Pierre Rochard and the likes, and it was in the middle of a bull run, and the shit coining and scamming was at its peak, and Pierre just kept asking me or answering my questions with, "I don't know if you're trolling me, bro." Like he was asking me or answering them. And then he was just like, "Are you trolling me?" I'm like, "No, so I'm seriously trying to learn." He's like, "Just go to Nakamoto Institute and just read, dude. Stop tweeting at me."
Also, if you this is a helpful tip. If you really want to learn, doing it publicly and tagging somebody on Twitter or whatever and be like, "Yo, what's up with energy? Tell me about it." That's not as good as going to somebody's DM and being like, "Hey man, I'm a little confused about energy and there's some fun, blah blah blah." And that person will help you. All the Bitcoiners are super helpful, and they will help you in private message for sure. So if you really want to learn, do that. Don't be like, "Sup, bro? Come on." Like, don't have that entitled attitude because, hey, guess what? We don't fucking care. All the Bitcoin influencers are like self-financed. They don't give a shit about you. They'll just be like, "Blah,
Wait. Something more important than you, American Hodl. Bitcoin Tina's here.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh yeah! It's about to go down.
no.
There is literally no alternative.
And we got Des Dickerson in the house. Hell yeah.
Boom.
Hey,
What's
guys.
up?
Boom.
What's
Hello,
up,
hello.
Des? Happy 20K day.
Woo, I know, right? Today has just been crazy with announcements. Like, I can't get anything done. I can't focus, so.
So here you
I
are.
hear you.
No need to focus. Zoom out and just defocus.
Off focused.
I
All right,
actually
guys, I'm gonna
fighting
jump
fog
out and make room for
bullshit.
you guys. Wonderful hanging out with you on 20K day. I'm gonna head out.
Peace out, Brandon.
Go
Hey,
for it,
Brandon.
Later,
Brandon.
guys.
Bro.
Hey,
Hi
I actually-
guys. I didn't want
Tina.
I wanted to let Des go first. I never met Des. Hi Des.
Wait, who am I talking to now?
Bitcoin Tina.
Oh, Bitcoin Tina. Oh, hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Des.
Should we leave you guys alone?
No, wait, Katie.
Hey, where's my Lewis Black?
Hold on.
I'm just a bee. I'm just a little dot with a bee.
You are.
That's
didn't-
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
There's too many people. A little difficult.
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, Tina, are you gonna do Peter McCormick's show with me later? Did he hit you up?
He hit me up, but he didn't offer. And I just did a show with Marty, and
You spent?
what time later?
I don't know. Talk to McCormick. It's his show, not mine. But he
Yeah.
told me he wanted to get you on.
I would love to be on. I was going to take a break for a while.
I feel you. I feel
I
you. You shot your load. You shot your load. I got it.
Too many shows, Tina.
You can only get so
Yeah,
bullish.
we
No,
can.
I feel you. Sometimes people ask me to do a podcast. I'm like, but I already said all the stuff.
Tina's so popular.
Yeah. Well, I said a lot of stuff on Swan yesterday. Yes. When did we talk? Yesterday, the day before.
2 hours yesterday. We made the 20K happen, Tina.
2 hours.
I guess. Yeah, it was a long time.
How are you feeling, Tina? Are you feeling calm and rational, or are you feeling hyper bullish at the moment?
I'm bored.
Yeah.
20K is like. I'll be honest with you. It's nothing.
Well, it's true.
This is just the start. I just told Marty, look, the players are just getting on the field. They're finally done warming up. But the game hasn't even started yet.
It's true.
This is like, maybe they're going to throw out the first pitch soon. This is just the beginning, and it's going to be big. And I think it's going to go on for a 10-year bull market. So I think, at the most you have is 30 to 40% corrections along the way.
I'm with you.
It'll be huge.
I'm with you as well. I'm sticking to my target, 2029 hyper Bitcoinization event. So, I said last year we're halfway there, and I stick to that. It's gonna be the 10-year bull market. And then everything is said and done.
Bro, my body is not ready. I am not ready. It's going to be intense.
Is that Gigi?
Yeah, that's me. I got the
we never talked.
the
Gigi
moon
and
in the
I-
backward.
Gigi and I actually never actually spoke.
Dude,
That's
the
right.
sweater is
Like,
so itchy.
yeah. We sometimes flirt in DMs, but that's it.
We just what?
We sometimes flirt in DMs on Twitter DMs. but that's
Hey,
it.
Katie.
Yeah. We'll have to change it one day.
Katie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie, you got all your passports sorted? Like, you're prepared for a hyper Bitcoinization?
I'm
You got-
fucking ready.
All right, that's great.
Katie, you wanna tell everyone-
I ever talk to you, Kate? We DM'd. Did I ever talk to you? Did we
I
talk?
think we were on another live stream.
Oh, we might have.
Oh,
We might have.
together, yeah. I'm in Florida.
Oh, cool.
Ooh. Yeah, you can see the sun. It's like really shitty on the East Coast here.
Yeah, I can find where to get out of the sun.
Bro, I can't believe I got fucking banned today. I was banned on halving day and on all-time high day.
Well, you're banned on Twitter?
They gave me a timeout. I have a 12-hour timeout for telling Udi to slap himself. And I have defended that because I think Udi does need to slap himself.
I got a nice timeout.
Why is
once.
that a timeout?
Twitter gives you timeouts like for 12 hours or like for 7 days sometimes.
I got a timeout once for saying I was gonna go drink bleach, and it was like a suicide watch.
They were like,
Holy
"Oh, you okay?"
So no more drinking bleach jokes on my Twitter.
But injecting it is okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
To get rid of viruses and stuff.
Yeah, to get rid of coronavirus. That's how you do it. Operation Warp Speed. No, I'm just
Tina, I have a serious question for you. Like, when do you think will be the next stop? Do you think we're gonna go straight up and just have like a serious stop again, or will it be just the snake upwards as Brady just showed?
Wait, what? What do you think? What did Brady say?
No, Brecky, sorry, just showed the snake upwards, like no turn downs, nothing, just going up, going up, going up.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I have no ability to figure out how people trade this. I think there are people who do what I think is really stupid stuff. So I don't know.
Do you think that the big players will actually trade it, or will it be just a continual game of accumulation, as we've seen with Michael Saylor, for example?
It's hard to say. I mean, traders are traders. It's very hard to say. I think that big players might trade around positions some. I think you have guys in Bitcoin who were whales who thought they could control Bitcoin and could knock it down, and they were successful doing that. I think that with bigger players coming in who have really, really, really big money, I don't think they're going to be able to do it quite the same way. And I think if you try to play the same games that worked in the last 10 years, and certainly in the last 3, and you have people who have a lot of money and big buying power, you're going to sell, and they're just going to go just suck up your Bitcoin. You're going to try to buy some, and it's like, it's not there. You don't have other people dumping to you, and you're not going to be able to come pick it up. And the price is going to lift, and you're going to be like, oh shit, just lost Bitcoin, and now I got to pay higher prices for it. And I think that's what's going to happen to these guys, because I think they think they're smarter than everybody else, and I think they're going to find out that when you're playing, it's like the kid who's like 8, and he wants to go play with the big kids who are like 14. And he thinks he can go play football against the big kids, and they're not like trying to be nice to him. They're just going to play. It's like, oh, sorry. They're not intentionally being mean to the 8-year-old, but it's like, you don't want to do that. You got players that, or professionals, and like a 12-year-old or something, they're going to get crushed by these people. It's not intentionally. You're playing pro ball, and you're not a pro ball player. You're a backbencher. You're a pipsqueak. If you have $100 million in Bitcoin, it seems like it's a lot of money, and it is a lot of money to live on. But you're playing against guys who have billions of dollars, and they're trading this billions of dollars. They're going to crush you. They don't want to accumulate. If you want to sell to them so they can pick it up cheap, if I'm a big buyer, I don't want to push the price higher. But if you want to dump it to me, I'll be happy to take it if I'm buying. I may not want to push it up, so I don't want to chase it. But there's no way for me to accumulate $100 million worth of Bitcoin, $500 million worth of Bitcoin, $1 billion worth of Bitcoin by going and taking offers. I mean, I could move the price if I'm a buyer like that. I could move it from $20,700 to like $25,000. I don't really want to do that. So
hey guys, I gotta go, but I'll piggybacking Tina's point. Mike Tyson says everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Bitcoin's about to punch the fucking world in the face. Peace out.
See you, American Hodl.
Now I gotta change up Tina's graphics again. Way to screw it up, American.
So I mean, that's what I think, and I think that people, if they think they can do the same thing, trade the same way, with bigger players, they're going to learn a very hard lesson.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like I always like the perspective of Svetsky that you can either learn thanks to curiosity or you learn through pain. And I think this will repeat as well. Like a lot of people will still have to learn through pain. I'm afraid that also a lot of the shitcoin stuff will repeat. I think we can already see that a little bit. But this will be interesting how this will play out, because I don't think we'll see like if big money falls for it as well to some degree or not. But I'll let myself be surprised, I guess, in the future.
I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting. I do think we'll definitely see a lot of the shitcoinery repeat that we saw in 2016, 2017, 2018.
Yeah, government level shitcoins are coming definitely, like CBDCs, euro, dollar, digital stuff.
I spent the whole day fighting FOD today and yesterday. It seems like we're hitting all-time high, and all those people trying to justify why they didn't buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You told them to, and they're like, "So what about this?" And like, I've been fighting the Russian Telegram chat of like crypto enthusiasts today the whole morning. Then quite a few people were like looking for the best exchange to buy, and they're like Coinbase, and Coinbase kind of contributed to my anti-shilling them because it went down today again. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's why we call it bad company. But yeah, the whole day. And then a Bitcoiner friend texted me, he's like, I just watched a Snowden video. We need privacy coins. And I'm like, okay, let's go there again. So like the whole day I spent fighting FOD.
Thank you for doing that. You're doing Satoshi's work.
In my part.
I'm muted. Welcome, Jan Pritzker, CTO of Swan Bitcoin, wearing his new hat. I'm loving it. How you doing,
I love
Jan?
this. It's such a good. It's a really high quality hat. Thank you, gentlemen, for putting that together. I understand these are actually in short supply now. Is that right?
They are. Did you get one in black? Which
I did.
Ooh, I like that one.
I've got a white one. Sorry, guys, I'm not wearing it right
now. Yeah, WTF, Katie.
Yeah, in the office. I didn't expect it, but I promise I'll find it.
I got a white one from my wife as well. Looks nice.
Should we do like 3 minutes of talking Bitcoin in Russian? We got 3 Russian speakers here. This ain't bad.
Yes, Brecky. I actually haven't had the chance to speak Russian with you, so I'd love to hear you go live.
I don't speak Russian very well. I need to drink a little bit more. Я вас любил, любовью шоу быть может, в душе моей угасла не совсем. Пусть она вас больше не тревожит. Я не хочу печалить вас ничем. This is my love poem for Bitcoin. Pushkin wrote for Bitcoin, actually. Not many people know that. But
I actually had to relearn Russian for Bitcoin. Like, I'm going to those Russian chats to, fight FOD or like chat Bitcoin with people, and I realized that like I never actually read anything on Bitcoin in Russian, never wrote anything on Bitcoin in Russian, so it's like a whole new language. And I'm sitting there translating word by word.
Jan, is your book in Russian yet?
So my book has been technically translated to Russian by Tony B, with the Bitcoin. But I can't so we haven't been able to release it. We've been looking for a publisher, but also I just can't. It's hard for me to read. I think just like what Katie says, is just that language is so technical and so my Russian is 20 years out of date. So I have no idea if anything means anything anymore. And technical language in Russian is just insane. And there's a lot of loan words from English, obviously, but in general, it's just really crazy. Sorry, my light's really bright here. There we go.
You're good.
Hey, Jan. So excited you're here, Jan.
What's up, man?
Jan has been crushing it to get daily buys out and then buy now, buy instantly out. I mean, I'm sure you're glad to have a little break.
Yeah, I'm in the trenches here, fighting these bugs. We just rolled this out. So we went from let's roll up, a couple hundred people into instant buys to just let's get it live to thousands of people immediately.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And we are still having fun. We are always having fun here. It's fun.
Really, pretty much always fun, even when we're doing things that shouldn't be fun.
Yes, we're always having fun, staying not poor.
Yeah, we're definitely having more fun than Coinbase, right? Like, at least everything's up.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think it's like at Coinbase HQ when it goes down on a day like today? So, and because it's not the first time, like this has happened many times.
Look, man, I don't envy them. Like, frankly, a lot of people hate on Coinbase, but they're supporting a user base of like millions, right? We're definitely not there. So when Swan gets to millions and we go down, like, I'm not going to be like, we're perfect, we're never going to go down. Like, people go down when you have millions of people buying Bitcoin.
Years. Instead of preparing to support millions of users, they're preparing to support millions of shitcoins. Okay, this is their fault.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of fault to be had for sure. Like, the surface area for them is so much bigger, and that causes, you know, this downtime, right? Because not only are they supporting Bitcoin, they're supporting shitcoins. They have customer service related to that, right? They have products related to that. The surface area for security is much bigger. So for sure, our philosophy at Swan is much tighter, right? We just have to focus on doing one thing really well. And so I think the chances that we stay up when we get to millions of users are higher than them. But, you know, there's probably like liquidity outages and, you know, things are going down due to traffic and all this kind of stuff. So good times.
Good times indeed. Yeah, guys, I'll hop as well. It's late already. I need to get some coding done and get some sleep after that. So it was fun celebrating with everyone, and just have a happy 21K soon.
GG.
Good night.
You're a great
Good night,
Bitcoiner.
Moon.
You deserve this.
You all do as well. Have a good night, everyone who's going to sleep, and good day to everyone else.
GG is leaving, and we are replacing him with another great Bitcoiner. Welcome, Corey.
Swan
Nice.
Forest in the house. What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Corey.
I was hoping to overlap with Gigi at least for like a minute and, you know, just bask in the glow of like an OG Anon, but you know, you guys will do it. Plus we have
Bask in the glow of his moonlight.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, there you go. Lively chat today. This has been awesome.
I don't think of myself as an OG. I guess I'm gonna become one.
Well, I think we were actually anointed OGs this morning by Hodl on Twitter. He said, you know, from class of 2013, now that you're back and you've gone through a full cycle, officially the class of 2017 becomes OGs now.
Oh,
nice.
Looks like
Who's that?
everybody. We're making a run at 21. We're at 30. We can do this. Maybe Max is buying more. That's probably what's happening. But
Man, I'll tell you guys, though, it feels totally different than like in 2017. It was just sheer mania, and it's totally different. Like my friends are just like have totally lost interest in Bitcoin. Some of them have some, right? But like even the ones that have some, they're like, what's the price? Like nobody's actually like going like this. I mean, Bitcoin Twitter is, but outside of this, it's just very chill. And I think it feels a lot more like 2016 with that like hover around like that 800, 900, and you just wouldn't break it and forever. And then it was just sitting there, and then it went to 2000 and like nobody noticed. And then all of a sudden it's making a run. It definitely feels a lot more like that to me than it did in 2017, because people just don't care anymore. And that's great. That means that we're establishing a new floor.
Mm-hmm. The floor is set.
And the floor is set.
Exactly. Got a lot of new hodlers coming in, and big ones as well, who aren't going to be selling anytime soon.
Yeah, I had a friend last night where we were talking. He's like, you know, he has Bitcoin and stuff like that. He's been ready to deploy a large chunk of money. He's like, I'm waiting for a dip, and I'm like, you know, I mean, what I can tell you is, okay, there might be one, but the people with the money right now just don't care. Like we're seeing the people with the money come in, and they're coming in size, and they don't care. They're not waiting for that dip. So you might just keep waiting forever. And that's what happens when you wait for dips. Better to stack constantly.
Exactly. DCA. SwanBitcoin.com.
I've got a meme to share to hold this point. There we go. There we go. See, folks, this will be this will be you. Don't be that guy or gal.
Indeed.
Man, I was dying. That Lord of the Rings meme was just so good. I posted it in like 50 places.
Dude, I don't know how Gigi does it. Gigi is coding like all day long, and somehow he still has his pulse on the memes better than anyone, better than me. Like he's amazing.
He's good at prioritizing. He knows like you code and then you shit post, and like there's really it's a lot like when Daryl Morey took over the Houston Rockets and he was like taking long jumpers that aren't behind the 3-point line. It's just stupid. You should basically be dunking, right next to the basket, or you should be shooting a 3-pointer and get 3 points for it. And that's Gigi. He's either dunking, which is like coding, or he's off, only shooting 3-pointers. And he's never.
I think it's the other way around.
Is it?
The dunking is the shit post.
You're right. The dunking is shit posting. You do that, and then otherwise you're coding out behind 3-point line. Yeah.
By the way,
Gigi codes for 50 minutes, shit post for 10. Codes for 50 minutes, shit post for 10. That's
really good way to take a break.
Go ahead, John. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say that's a great way to take a break. I love to go on Twitter and get some bullish memes in the middle of coding. It's the way.
Yeah, sure. I really wish we didn't need you on the coding side so much, because your tweets are incredible. Like if you could spend all the tweeting, I'd love that.
I have to wait for them to come to me. It's not like it's not easy for me. Once in a blue moon, I got a gem, and then I got to put it out. But it's not like I'm a meme generator.
No, but you got to start using drafts. You got to save them as drafts. That way you can just put them out.
I'm very high time preference when it comes to Twitter. I have an idea and I'm like, smash that button, tweet. I can't sit on it.
We got some interesting comments in the chat. Somebody said Guggenheim CIO says Bitcoin should be worth $400,000. That is bearish. We also
rookie numbers.
There was a comment a while ago. I think it's too far back for me to put it up, but somebody was asking about when the right moment to sell is. So I have I'm not one for charts and graphs and math very often, but I've got something very technical that I think will help illustrate this point. So I'm going to share it right now. Should I sell my? No, but in red. Anyway, I hope that illustrates
good.
See, Kristen Thompson is in the chat. It's good to see you.
Oh, hey, Kristen.
Camilla.
Kristen.
Shout out.
There we go.
There we go.
Lots of familiar faces in the chat. Thank you all so much for hanging out in the chats and being here, supporting our channel. We love doing this, and we'll keep showing up if you're showing up. So it must mean you're enjoying it.
Exactly. But Katie's not allowed back unless she wears the hat that I gave her.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Look, guys, so anybody that's watching right now, if you're a Swan member, we're gonna go and we're actually gonna try right now to push this thing over 21K. Let's see if it works.
We're doing it.
I'm logging on to my Swan account right now. I'm gonna go and
guys. Everybody knows that the Swan smash buys took us to 20K to begin with. Like we started them last night, and people think they're launching today, but they launched last night. I'm telling you, we had something to do with it.
Of course. It's that in the Keiser Tina show yesterday.
The hard part, like I'm so used to using auto stacking, and I love auto stacking so much that it kind of hurts me a little bit to do the instant buys, because like I don't think about it on the other side, and I've got to like retrain my brain to like smash. It's been so long, but it feels good. All right, you know what?
So here we go. Getting ready to smash.
Oh, he's gonna smash.
Wait, hold on. What's the? I hope I have a higher limit than everybody else. I don't know if I do or not.
It should be good for 1,000.
Corey, I'm going to smash 100.
I've reached my daily limit of.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on. I'm going to fix you live. Ready?
Yeah. Fix you live. Bring me up. Bring me up, Scotty. I will.
Stand by for live fix.
It's okay. You know what? It says I can do 4,500. I'll do 4,500. It's fine. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Let's get over this. There we go. Next. Buy now. Man, that used to buy a lot more.
Everybody,
that point.
do you all know
15865 Bitcoin?
Corey, you missed my comment, didn't you? Or you're ignoring it. I said I'm going to smash 100 right now.
Smash buys.
If you want to give me a raise, I'll smash 4,500. I can totally do that. But anyway.
Listen, while we have Jan and Tina on,
I'm gonna
in a while. Brady, you got to hop.
Yeah, I gotta hop. Eric is here to say happy 20K day. I'm gonna get back and do some work. Thanks everyone. This is a ton of fun. I'm feeling Swanish. Feeling Swanish.
Take care.
I just smashed again.
Swanish.
Oh my god. What am I doing here?
So evidently there was a rap song that came out like 10, 12 years ago. I think it's 2011 actually. It's called Swana Na Na Na. And basically, like they actually have like people have been sending it to me, and like you put your hand back here, and then your other one is out here somewhere like this. Anyway, I don't think it's going to quite be our gang sign, but you know that being like the swan hand.
The swan. I like. We can do it.
Yeah. Chris in the house. What's up?
Oh my God, we made it over 20K again.
We're almost at 21. We're almost there.
Or he didn't smash hard enough, guys, because we're still at 28 something. We need to get to 21. So
somebody
smash hard
smashed
enough.
by.
I'm doing my part.
Actually, the physical amount of pressure you put on your screen is what matters more than the numbers. So just make sure you really hit it hard.
Really hard.
All the way from here.
Jan,
Yeah,
when we eventually do a mobile app, can we build that in where the harder you press, the bigger?
Yeah, like the longer you press it, you're just gonna get like this growing, stack of sats. I like that. Yeah,
That's super cool. It is actually pretty.
that's a great idea. Yeah.
We have so many ideas.
Like the medium has that button where if you like hold it down, it claps, right? Like I love that idea. Yeah.
Okay, should I smash by for my first time on Swan Live?
Absolutely,
good.
you should definitely do
Hold
that.
on, do you want to? Let me see what your limit's at. Hold on a
I've
second.
done it
Live.
twice.
Are you going to make me max out my limit? We're going
Only if
peer
you want
pressure
to.
hard. All right, ready?
Peer to peer pressure.
Guys, watch out. I hear the 1 minute chart is dumping everybody. So sell. The 1 minute chart, guys.
Wait, okay, am I doing this right? Okay, yes. Ready? 3, 2, 1, smash! Doing it.
Done.
There you go.
Boom.
Nice.
So easy.
Nice. Beautiful.
Boom. I just stacked with Swan, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Did smash buying because I got kicked off of Cash App for doing absolutely nothing. So this is really exciting, and I'm glad to be back and smashing. You might see a
thing. Like, how do you get kicked off of Cash App?
Oh yeah, I got banned a while ago. Haven't been.
Oh wow.
Well, I can log in, but yeah.
Were you buying drugs on Silk Road, Bitbucky? Everybody knows that's the only thing that Bitcoin is used for, right?
That's it.
I was intentionally trying to boil the oceans, actually. Did you all see Evil Marty Bent, the account? Somebody, an Evil Marty Bent, and it has like an eye patch over it. And the first tweet was like be right back, going to boil the oceans on purpose or something. It was. There's an Evil Preston pitch now too, which is pretty great. We'll see how that one goes.
Have you seen Relevant Raoul Paul? It was so good, but it lasted one day.
I know.
Oh no.
Those tweets were fantastic. Wait, max it out. The chat demands it.
Oh man. It's getting hot up in here.
It was pointed out in the chat that my buy was 21 million sats. That's very appropriate.
It is.
That is
I'm very
appropriate.
excited about that. Oh, guys, the 1 minute chart is pumping now, so we're good.
Oh wait.
So,
What's the move?
Listen, with Jan, Tina, and Katie and Kristen here, I want to ask you guys, what's one thing that you think will change about people or about society or about the world and politics, whatever? Like, pick something that you think will change because of Bitcoinization and the rise of Bitcoin, and give it a good time frame. Let's say like at least 5 years out. So anytime 5 years or further off in the future, what's something you think will change about this world or us people? Who wants to go?
I can go first.
Okay, Jan, go ahead.
So I'm really hopeful that Bitcoin allows people more freedom with like where they live, right? So a lot of people are stuck in really messed up countries really messed up governments, really messed up financial situations. And I'm hoping that those people are stacking some sats, even if it's small amounts matter. When it comes down to like being able to get out of a place like that and actually keep your wealth. I think that's a huge thing. And I'm really hopeful that Bitcoin is going to be a big force of good for the world that way. And not only is it going to help those people individually, but it's going to create brain drain from those countries where the authoritarian, governments are trying to keep people locked up. And once those people are out, like, those countries will fall, those governments will fall. And, it will be a bright orange future, as Corey says.
Yep, that's true.
Yay.
Flag theory. This is what it is.
It's a theory. I mean, it's a long play. I don't think it's going to happen in 5 years. I think it's a generational play.
Yeah.
Katie, tell us about flag theory and all your passports, and why is this important? I did to Corey's question.
Yep. Funny enough that we're all talking about countries that we're both Russians in the United States. So we kind of know it by heart. But yeah,
Exactly.
without my immigration, I realized that like sometimes when you're a citizen of another country or when you're resident on when you just have multiple papers, you have more freedom than just citizens of this country. And I started, diving into it deeper and deeper, and I realized that like limiting your dependency on any one particular state is very important because don't put all your eggs in the same basket. So yeah, decentralize yourself, kind of get multiple papers from multiple countries. It's super important. Just always have plan B. And like we got Bitcoin, so we can flee any country at any point, just pick up our wealth and go. But in order to do that, to be able to do that, you still need to get another papers, officially look in scribbles. And yeah, I found flag theory being very helpful with that. But I also want to answer your question. I recently, regarding what's going to change. So I recently tweeted and like I came up with this idea. I've been working a lot lately, but I absolutely love everything I do. And I realized that like, no matter how much you're being paid for what you do, as long as you do something that you're not completely enjoying, not passionate enough, you're still a slave. So I just hope that people will be able to do what they really love. They will be able to work for companies all around the world, working on what they're actually passionate about, or maybe starting their own companies and like, Bitcoin fix the money, fix the world, fix the educational system so people can, start questioning authority. People are able to understand what they actually like to do, focus on something that is important for them. I just think people are going to be enjoying their life.
Real quick before we go to Kristen, somebody noticed my shirt, and I want to point out that I'm not wearing a Forever 21 shirt. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a Forever 21 shirt, but I would be caught dead wearing a Forever 21 million Bitcoins shirt.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I noticed those pretty
Close call.
Clever, very clever of you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think I've been thinking a lot about the last crash, 2008, 2009. Banks here in the United States were really victimizing people for closing on homes, and in many cases illegally foreclosing on homes. I think about the effects of how banks can really control our access to funds and therefore our access to freedom and our access to take care of our families. And that experience for me during that time is part of what set me up to fall in love with Bitcoin when I met it many, 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 many years later, sadly. But I think it's an amazing opportunity and to imagine in the future that all families could be their own bank and be sovereign and be able to make their own decisions and not have a bank freeze their bank account. If you're an entrepreneur, you've probably had that happen. I've had that happen where I work all year and I host a big event, and because the funds come in all at once, the bank or your authorizer your merchant account will just freeze your account. And it's amazing to think about in the future that people could control their own funds, control their own bank, and not be victimized by that system anymore. That's a huge opportunity. I know that the institutional money is coming in right now, but part of why I fell in love with Swan Bitcoin in particular is for American families to have access to that freedom and to put a little money aside, even if it's just a little bit every month, that you know is yours, that no one can take that from you. You worked hard for it. It is your money. It is your freedom. And that's what I'm excited to see flourish in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, what
Yes.
you mentioned made me think that like taking this first responsibility for being your own bank is a big step for many people, right? Like you don't
Yes.
trust yourself. You're like custodying it with somebody else. You don't want to take it into self-custody just because there's this fear of like you've been relying on other people throughout your whole life and you just don't have this, confidence of like taking your life into your own hands. So maybe this being the first step of like, okay, I have a sovereign money right now. Maybe I can take this sovereign approach to everything else in my life, and just start trusting yourself more, being ready for this responsibility. So take
Yeah, well,
responsibility.
this is the year, right? My kid is schooling from home. We're like we're really outside of the normal system, and it's an amazing feeling to take control of your money, to take control of your freedom, your education. That's the future, and I am here for it, people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm muted. Tina, are you still with us, my man?
I am.
Oh, you are. Wonderful.
I muted my mic. You had me muted?
No, maybe I did by accident.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. My dogs were just barking and it's crazy.
No worries. I have a request.
What's that?
I think we're going to be wrapping up soon. I think the appropriate way to wrap up is, hopeful and bright orange future and, what inspires you. But before you do anything like that, could you give the people what they want? Could you give them 60 seconds of ranting, yelling at them to buy Bitcoin? Otherwise, just please, I need it.
He's gonna do the calm version of that, Brecky.
I know. Or he's working himself up. He's doing.
I'm thinking. This is like the third time today of doing this.
Hey Tina, Bitcoin's a stupid investment. Why would I buy Bitcoin? What are you crazy? Some magic internet money? What, you want me to buy some sort of thing that I can't even touch and hold or put in a bank vault? Why shouldn't I trust my banks? My banks are great. There you go.
You're right. It's not for you. Have fun being poor.
It's all right. You don't have to rant for
No.
me.
I'm a little tired. I had a long pod with Marty, and it's hard for people to imagine what Bitcoin can go to. It's really hard for them to imagine what the scarcity means. I think the big deal about this decade is the shift from going from an asset which is denigrated, thought poorly of, thought of as insanity junk. It's gonna here's the summary of the decade. Here's the decade. How old are you when you bought your first Bitcoin, Brecky? Let's use you. How old are you?
You're gonna make me dox myself?
Yeah, dox yourself. How old were you?
No, that's okay. Give me a second. I was 23 or 24. No.
Okay, so we're gonna go from a decade where last decade your parents said to you, like, what's wrong with you buying that stuff, to how do I buy that stuff? And that's a huge shift. It's going to go from an asset which was your parents thought you were crazy to own it, to an asset where it's a must-own asset. It's just so huge, and it's so hard to comprehend because there's so many people still thinking in 2013, 14, 15 terms, and they're still there. But you've got smart people coming in. There's wave after wave after wave of buying and smart money buying. And it's going to become obvious when you see Mass Mutual buying Bitcoin. Like, what? Mass Mutual? That's an insurance company. When you see, it's not just hedge funds. It's just going to get more and more and more credibility. You're going to feel like you're a weirdo that you don't own Bitcoin. the guy who buys Bitcoin today and buys it at 20,000, a wealthy guy who's, let's say, worth $10 million, and he puts $100,000, 1% to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 10x. Bitcoin's up 20x. That 100 grand is now $2 million. Think about that guy at his golf club Saturday morning. Bill, you're up 20x on that Bitcoin. Yeah. The guy who says that, he's actually not really happy that Bill's up 20x on his Bitcoin. Bill, how do I get me some of that stuff? That's what's going to happen. It's just going to keep happening over and over and over again. And people may not want to top ticket. It'll come down 20 or 30%. Bill, I see it's down some. I'd really like to buy some. As this view of Bitcoin changes from what people thought about it to what they're going to think about it, it's monumental. And with just enormous amounts of money, and the numbers, I think, are going to be just mind-blowing. We could be really underestimating the numbers by a lot because it's so thinly held. Mm-hmm. It's so thin. There's no more of it, and it matters whether or not we have people stupid enough, dumb enough to sell. How stupid are you? I'm so stupid. I sold at $50,000. I am a freaking moron. I am so stupid. I sold at $100,000. Bitcoin sitting at $5 million is like, oh my god, I'm the Bitcoin pizza guy. That's what's going to happen. It's so hard to imagine, and it's just this massive shift. We have all these memes that people have lived through, and now the whole world is going to come to our world, be one of us, and they will be, and it's just really, really tough to imagine. The shift is so huge. Now, I don't know when it's gonna shift the mental mindset of the economy and of people of the world that you start to really see it happen. It's going to creep up on us slowly, and I think it'll start impacting and affecting society. I think 5 years is a little short. I think it's still going to be kind of like, just a big asset going up in price a lot in 5 years. But out 10 years, it's going to really start impacting and affecting things. I think it impacts businesses. I was reading somewhere the idea that Bitcoin mining could become a big industry in the United States. I mean, imagine you have the natural gas industry mostly mining Bitcoin. Imagine utilities start mining Bitcoin. Bitcoin becomes the savior for, many jobs in what Chris Arnott might have called the backbench in America. People who wind up getting jobs doing some Bitcoin-related jobs because Bitcoin starts to become really important to the U.S. economy. This is what's going to happen, and it's going to happen over the course of the decade. It's not going to happen right away, but Bitcoin blockchain is going to be $100 trillion come 2030, and that's $5 million Bitcoin, could be bigger. That means that nuclear utilities and solar fields and all sorts of things are going to be mining Bitcoin, and they're going to use wasted energy in places. So it's going to be, natural gas flaring and things that we can't imagine. But the United States has enormous energy potential. You're going to have millions and millions of jobs associated with mining Bitcoin, and it's going to start to just completely remake the economy. So this is just really, really big, and freaking nobody gets it yet. And it's just going to be huge. And it's just so hard. People just want to see it as a price jumping up and down on the screen. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much more than that. We're going to watch the technology develop, and it's just going to creep into every aspect of America and the economy and the culture. It's just going to become huge because it is. It's really, really, really the biggest thing ever to happen to humanity since fire.
Tina, I've got a few things to say to you based on what you said. One, you definitely sound like someone who was just on Marty Bent's podcast talking about energy. Two, you've got some voice skills, my friend. Okay, you've got to use those. You've got a great, standard voice, but you can do some voice acting. I can hear some character work. Let's talk. We got to do something with that.
Okay.
But three, I was talking to my dad last night, and I'm 100% with you in that so many people don't understand the mega implications of Bitcoin beyond price, and I can't tell you how many times I've talked to my dad about Bitcoin, and I thought he understood some of these things that we've gone over and over, but it takes so long to rewire your brain. And, we were talking about Bitcoin versus the dollar, and I was trying to explain, how our dollar's made and what is the dollar based on? And he's like, oh, it's based off, people's faith in it. And I'm like, well, no, not really. And then we get to a point where I'm talking about Bitcoin and essentially telling him that, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a form of value in money that actually goes up in value over time and doesn't lose value? And I felt like I was repeating myself, but apparently he hadn't gotten that point. And I think I got through to him a little bit. It kind of started to blow his mind. He's like, yeah, why shouldn't I be able to save the fruits of my labor and not lose them over time? So it's going to be wild when people wake up, when they have those epiphanies, and they're going to have them. And I wish that more people could have them sooner, but I think we're all with you here.
I'm going to use this platform just to make the same comment that I made on Marty's pod. This is a comment, as much as I love him, I love Michael Saylor. I want people to understand. I want him to understand. I want the world to understand. Bitcoin cannot be both assuredly 21 million and not also at the same time sovereign censorship resistant. Why? The reason is that if you have your coins in custody, you cannot use a node to verify them. They're not really your coins. You cannot verify them. You can only verify the coins for a wallet you control. You must control that so you can verify those coins, know they're Bitcoin. The critical aspect of controlling 21 million is the consensus mechanism, which is controlled by people verifying their Bitcoin with Bitcoin fully validating nodes. You cannot be both 21 million and keep things in custody. It doesn't work. That's not Bitcoin. It won't be Bitcoin. $1.2 billion invested in Bitcoin will be a pile of fucking shit if you think it will be Bitcoin, because it won't be, because institutions will not stick with 21 million. You need the cyber hornets. The cyber hornets are us. The cyber hornets are everyone. The cyber hornets are the people who care that it's 21 million. To be a cyber hornet, you must use a fully validating node. You validate your wallet when it comes to it. You know you have Bitcoin. You are enforcing consensus. It is the consensus mechanism. That is how this thing works. Period. End of story. Everybody needs to understand this. This is not a trivial point.
To quote the white paper, the root problem with conventional currency is all the trust that's required to make it work. The central bank must be trusted not to debase the currency. But the history of fiat currencies is full of breaches of that trust. That is why we Bitcoin. One of the many reasons why we Bitcoin.
I'm going to pop off in the break. Thanks, guys. Happy 20K.
I'm going to pop off too, but I wanted to leave on that note, and that is important. And I have taken it upon myself to start discussing it, because I heard Alex Gladstein talk with Ben Hunt, who I'm not a fan of, and people need to understand this. Bitcoin will change the entire world, whether you like it or not. Bye.
Well, Tina, you're changing the world little by little, and we like it a lot.
Here, everybody.
Wait, before you go, I think it's only fair that you tell me how old you were when you bought your first Bitcoin.
No.
I was so freaking old. and I've aged like 40 years since then. Right? 17, and I'm really old now. This was a long few years, let me tell you.
Bitcoin keeps you young, Tina. Don't worry about it.
I think the Angel's Envy that I was drinking aged me quite substantially. Maybe it preserved me. I'm not sure.
Guys, I gotta hop too. I've got a meeting right now, but this was awesome. Thanks for spending time.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to play a little bullish video at the end, and I think we will call it for today. It's been a long lounge. It's been a great lounge. Before we go, you all know the shills. Go to swanbitcoin.com and sign up. Start stacking. If you're new to Bitcoin, go to swanbitcoin.com/free free book and get a free copy of Jan Pritzker's book. That's Jan Pritzker right here. He wrote the book. It's awesome. I've read it like 5 times. If you want it in Russian, he might send it to you. We also have it in Spanish, by the way. What else? Go to bitcointv.network. Where is that link? Jan, you can leave if you want, or you can stay. It's cool.
I was going to say the book, I was apparently on mute when I was trying to shill it, but the book is now available in French, German, and Czech. So thank you to all the translators. And I think we have a Russian available if you DM me if you need one. Not yet published, and we have a few others in the work. I think Finnish, maybe. I've lost track of them. There might be a Portuguese one soon. So all of that is happening.
I think Finnish is coming. They're just not finished yet. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. All right, folks, before you go, do me a favor. Hit subscribe, smash that like button, and we will see you all next time. Time for a bullish video.
First, I have a mega problem. And the mega problem is I have a lot of cash and I'm watching it melt away. Under a good year for the past decade, the monetary supply expands by 7 to 8%. That's my battery draining by 8% a year. That's a good year. And this is not a good year for us, right? This is a year where you can make the argument that the battery is going to drain 25%. What is the point of all this? What am I doing wrong? And of course, the answer is you can't hold cash. And so we bought $425 million. Bitcoin is the best security and the most liquid security invented in the history of the world. This is already won, right? It's won. It's been tested. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of counterparties can trade and trust each other with real-time certainty that collateral has not been double pledged, rehypothecated, and there's no fraud. It's digital gold. It's at least 100 times better than gold. I think it's probably thousands of times better than gold. Bitcoin is the first perfected digital monetary network in the history of the world. It's never been done before. It's dominating everything that competes with it. There's no reason to believe it won't be 10 times bigger, then 100 times bigger, then 1,000 times bigger. The dominant player is going to take everything. Who are these people that's selling this to me? And I feel sorry for them. What are you going to buy that's better than what you're selling to me? I just pity them. I don't want to hear that you've got a new idea and you're upset over transaction fees and you would like to implement smart contracts and you're going to change everything. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that you're going to defend the network to the death against someone that's going to break it or compromise it in any way, shape, or form. What I want is to see a bunch of Bitcoiners that will lay down in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square, fight to the bitter death against every well-intentioned engineer that wants to tinker with the thing. You have to defend the network to the death. It's a beautiful thing, probably the most beautiful achievement in the history of the world. We've invented something extraordinary. Don't F with the network.
Hey folks, you know what? I'm here. I'm still here. And I feel like playing some more videos, so I'm going to play another video since why the hell not? This is a short video I made of Reed Womack, our amazing support guru. We played it last time, but it's freaking great. Might play another video after this. We'll see.
Hi, I'm Reed with Swan Bitcoin, and you're watching Bitcoin TV. Hi, I'm Reed from Swan Bitcoin, and you're watching Bitcoin TV. Hi, I'm Reed from Swan Bitcoin, and you're watching Bitcoin TV.
Da 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 da. Smash that like button. Da 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 da. All right, let's see what we got. I think I have a few more videos queued up before we go. I think this is a bullish video. Let's see. Let's see what we got.
Can you characterize everything that the Fed has done this past week as essentially flooding the system with money?
Yes, exactly.
And there's no end to your ability to do that?
There is no end to our ability to do that.
And we believe that achieving inflation that averages 2% over time helps ensure that longer-term inflation expectations remain well anchored at our longer-run 2% objective.
just said. Exactly. I would bet even in 5 or 6 years, I'm no longer talking about Bitcoin as Treasury Secretary. I'll have other priorities.
You'll be loaded up on Bitcoin and have been a gazillionaire.
I can assure you I will personally not be loaded up on Bitcoin.
Okay. Never say never.
If from a purchasing power standpoint, if you own cash in the world today, you know your central bank has an avowed goal of depreciating its value 2% per year. So you have, in essence, a wasting asset in your hand. So Bitcoin, I think it's a great speculation.
Hey, 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 hey. Da 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 da. Hey, ba da da da. Buy Bitcoin. Whew. All right, we've got one more video I'm gonna play. This one we actually made a while ago. We made it right at the beginning of the pandemic to kind of bring people together, and we haven't played it in a while. And I'm really proud of this video. I really liked it. So I think it's a good one to end on, or well, maybe we'll play another one afterwards. We'll see. But anyway, here is a video. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't seen it before, let me know what you think.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Another shelling point, don't fork off with your node. Coronavirus here, so stay the fuck at home. So make the best of this test and go stream live. And start to question why our institutions lie. It's totally predictable that you'll get 12.5. I hope you run your ASICs day and night.
And even more paper money? Look at that, the printer goes.
You can print more paper money, but you can't print more hard work. That takes time.
Now you've got stock to flow graphs filling up your mind. The halving's round the corner, we've waited a long time. We've happy memories of fraudsters losing trials. ICOs fading while our own devs make us smile. It's totally predictable that you'll get 12.5. I hope you run your ASICs day and night.
You have normal friends? Yeah. What's that like?
Only a few, but they don't know my Twitter. And they never will.
Not really, but we see that.
Yeah, I wanted to reassure people not to skip
yes, plenty of food and plenty of fuel.
Guys, we ready to take Swan live?
We're ready.
Jan, you ready to push the button?
Let's do this.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's totally predictable. I hope you run your ASICs day and night. It's totally predictable. If you've got 6.15, you're gonna have the time of your life.
This is why we're here, and this is why we Bitcoin. So cheers to the future.
Whew, right in the feels. All right, folks, this one was the last one. Cheers to you. Cheers to all of us. Cheers to Bitcoin. Keep on Bitcoining. Share Bitcoin with as many people as you can. The people you care about, with the people, even with the people you don't care about, because Bitcoin is going to make the world a better place. And that's why I'm here. That's why Swan's here. That's why I think most of you are here as well. So Cheers to you. We will see you next time.